Well, hello there. You're watching Cartoons Etc. with A.F. Branco, the cartoonist, and Jodan Gorman. Only, I have some bad news. Jodan Gorman came up with a bad virus. He was going to try to do the show, but I kind of persuaded him not to. He wasn't feeling good, and he was really down. So prayers for Jodan. So we'll try to muddle through as much as possible. I've got quite a few cartoons to show because we had a hiatus last week, and we're so unfortunately I put all the show promo out there, and so when Jodan came down sick, there was no way to reverse it. So I felt, well, at least better get on here and do an abbreviated version. I tried to get a hold of South Carolina girl, but I sent her the link on text mail, and she said that she didn't get it. Although I see it on X that she did receive it, but she's not seeing it there. So unfortunately, we might not have her. I was going to have her come in and fill in and give her 2 cents on some of the cartoons, but we'll see what happens if she can finally get on. Let me see what she's saying here. I don't understand why it's not showing on X DMs. I still don't have it. I see where you sent it and then disappears. Wow. Oh, unfortunate. We'll have to work out that kink later on. Anyway, we don't have a cold open because Jodan isn't available to do that. Feeling pretty sick. But I do have some cartoons to show, and I'm going to get onto those things here very shortly. A lot of dust up about about Trump calling the Somalis garbage and Elon Omar garbage, which is really, and the media is just going apoplectic over that. How dare he call them garbage? These are the same people that had no problem with Joe Biden calling hardworking Americans garbage or calling them white supremacists. No problem with Democrats calling hardworking Americans Nazis. If you had anything if you voted for Trump, you're a Nazi, and Trump is Hitler. But yet, when he says something about Somalis who are defrauding the United States, taking welfare money and sending it over to terrorists in Somalia, which is proven, they go apoplectic over it. So anyway, my cartoons address some of that. I've had some older cartoons of Elon Omar and Minnesota and Waltz and that we'll go through. But this show is probably going to be an abbreviated version because, we like to show a few videos and a few cartoons and have Jodan give his comments on the issues. They're always interesting. So anyway, bear with me. Jodan is my right-hand man, and I'm not really in my comfort zone doing videos and that. So I'll be relying on you guys over in the chat. I'll be probably looking at some of your comments over there and bring them to the forefront. So let's start off with some cartoons. This is the last couple of weeks' cartoons. Now, I've been kind of slow a little bit because I've been converting my computer over to a new computer because I had the old Windows 10 and my computer wasn't going to support Windows 10. So I had to bring in something else, and I'm in the process of converting it over. Also, I'm getting ready for my Hillsdale speech / presentation, and I need to spend some time on that. So kind of slacking off on the cartoons a little bit to get ready for that. Any advice on that, I'm open for. So anyway, let's get to the cartoons. There we go. This is the first one. We had Bill Gates come out and claim that climate change is the biggest, this is a few years ago, climate change is the biggest existential threat to the world. And he was doing all this stuff to try to convince people that the world is he joined the bandwagon that the world was going to end in 10, 15 years if we didn't do anything about it. And that was like 20 years ago. Anyway, he's changed his tune. And my hunch is the reason he changed his tune is because he sees a lot of money to be made with AI, and that's going to take a huge amount of of energy. And what are they going to have to do to get energy? They're probably going to have to burn some fossil fuels until they can get their nuclear power plants up that they were against at one time. And so I'm just kind of poking some fun at Bill Gates and the left for that one. Okay, and now we'll move on to the next cartoon. And this is the one that had something to do with Mark Kelly coming out and pretty much instigating people in the military to not obey Trump's orders. And the military, lower level enlisted officers are supposed to decipher whether or not they're given an illegal order or not. This is designed to destroy camaraderie. This is designed to give division within the ranks and among U.S. citizens, purely for political reasons. And so the Democrats, to me, are the enemy of the people, pretty much. They're anti-American. And I just wish that Republicans, that, the right side, I know there's a lot of us fighting hard, but I wish a majority of the Republicans would fight as hard to save our country as these people on the left and the Democrats are fighting to destroy it. That would be an awesome thing to see. I'm happy to see that election in Tennessee went our way. 9-point win. Of course, the Democrats are trying to frame it as a loss for Republicans somehow. I don't know how they're doing that. All the polls had it within a 2-point range, 2 to 3 point range. Ends up he won by 9 points. So it was and it's not a presidential election. It's an off-year election. So there is no reason. There's no reason for them to even be optimistic there. But they were trying to hype it to where that if it was anything less than a 20-point margin that Trump had back in 2024, that it's a loss for Republicans, and it's just not true. And I think the Democrats are in a lot of trouble. That loony bin that ran against Epps is nuts. Hates country music, yet she's in Tennessee, the home of country music. She hates America, and I'm just surprised. I'm actually surprised that there are that many people in Tennessee that would vote for her. It just blows my mind. Anyway, I'm gonna check out the chat here real quick and see if people are saying anything. Anna Lestenberg, hi guys. I just want to say hello. Nana Vicky, I'm sorry, Cindy, Anna Lestenberg. Do you hear her singing? No wonder. She hates country music or singing. Dems have completely gone off the charts. Yeah, they had, and I hope they stay off the charts because I don't think they're going to do well in the midterms. But I'm not going to take it for granted. We have to fight. We have to fight like we're way behind. Because if they gain power, Trump's agenda is over, and a lot of people are going to be in trouble. And so we have to fight like we're behind. See, I'm still having difficulty with the technicalities. South Carolina. I invited South Carolina girl to come on to kind of fill in for Joe Dan, but she's having problems getting the link. I sent it to her via X on her mail, and she's not getting it. It's not showing up, although I can see it. Anyway, let's move on to the next cartoon. Let's see. We got to go over here. Okay, back. But okay. Okay. Speaking of Minnesota, what's happening there? You have Waltz pretty much sleeping and allowing the Minnesota taxpayer to fund Somali fraud, and a lot of that money is going right over to terrorist organizations. Shameful. And this is from alphanews.org. I do a cartoon for them. They're based out of Minnesota, so most everything I do for them is got to be around a Minnesota issue. But a lot of times those cross over nationally. So we got that one taken care of. Okay, Thanksgiving. We missed Thanksgiving week. So this was my cartoon. It was a revised version. You have Biden's Thanksgiving, or his cornucopia here. And you can see what a 4-year disaster that's been. Now you have Trump in office, and everything's looking a lot brighter. Lower crime, cheaper gas, no tax on tips, lower food costs. I know there's still some food costs that are up there, but they're slowly going down. And the lower that the fuel prices get, the better it is for prices overall, because most of the prices are because of transportation costs, gas, fuel, diesel. And the lower those get down, the lower prices will. Border security, great economy, 401ks are up, of course. But when you look over here at Biden, he had men and girls sports. That's something that the Democrats are still pushing in a lot of blue enclaves. Democrat policies overall are disastrous. The woke agenda, lawfare, Bidenomics, just a stink fest. So that covered my Thanksgiving cartoon. Thank you. Let's go to the next one here. Now, this was a lot to do with the seditious six who came out and advocated for disobeying Trump's, they say, illegal orders, but that's not why they did it. They couldn't mention any illegal orders. So it was totally designed to cause upheaval in the military and across the nation. It was a pure political move, and I hope they prosecute Kelly. He's a military guy. He should know better. But of course, with TDS, they've lost all common sense. They cannot put their TDS aside and think what's best for the country. They want to destroy Trump, and if they get back in there in 26 for the midterms, it's going to be a disaster, because that's all they're going to do. Because then nothing they do is to help the American people. It's all about their political power. So you have here, I have bigger turkeys to fry. So he's pardoning the turkey, and he has these turkeys over here, Slotkin, Crow, Kelly, and these other guys. There's the seditious six. Okay, down to the next one. The next cartoon. Of course, Kelly again. Some people are attributing Kelly's remarks and the seditious six to foster violence against our own troops. And this is why I came up with this cartoon. Try to illustrate how dangerous TDS can be. Anyway, well, let's look over here in the chat. We have Anna Lustenberg. Let's see if there's anything here that they want to cause disruption any way they can because they have nothing, and Trump is on a roll. Nana Vicky, thank you. Anna Lustenberg, love it. And Vicky makes me so angry. And I don't see South Carolina girl here. She's still trying to figure out the getting it back into the swing of things, swing thing, getting back, getting on the video chat with me. But I don't look like that's going to happen. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the next cartoon. We got, okay, here's another one for alphanews.org. I called this one Fraud of Soda. And there's a spigot, taxes, filling up the terrorist organizations here. Basically on the same theme. It's a mess over there. Billions of dollars are going to fraud. And I have a sneak peek cartoon that I'll show you later. But it's a disaster. And Trump is trying to stop and kick out every Somali that has been involved in any kind of fraud. Kristi Noem is working on it, and I hope they do. Nobody should be in this country that hates this country. Nobody should be in this country that's going to defraud our country. Get them out. Get them out. I agree. I agree with Trump. They're garbage. Not every Somali is garbage, but every Somali that hates this country and is willing to defraud this country and mooch off this country needs to be out. They are garbage. And that's the last cartoon I have of that. See, I'll take this down. But I don't have anything else really. Like I said, this is probably going to be an abbreviated version. What do we got here? Okay. I covered that. I covered that. So let's just go back over to the chat for a little bit. I have the other chat. I'm going to bring up the other chat. We got a few comments. We got Fancy. See what we got. The video screen is very small. Wow. I didn't know that. Prayers for Joe Dan. Absolutely. Darcy, good to see you. And we're not going to have a closing song either, unfortunately. So we'll just have to muddle through. I have some older cartoons to show. And I thought I'd show a couple of the advertisements for that new book we have, Trump's Night Before Christmas, that I wanted to bring up. But we'll get out of there. Let's see who else we have here. Darcy. Okay. All right. I'm going to try to pull up the older cartoons, and we can kind of go with them. I sure miss Joe Dan's videos. You know, his take on things. He gives us somebody to work off of, you know, and work off of each other, actually. And now I'm muddling around here. Let me see if I can pop this one up. And these are some good Minnesota cartoons to kind of, let me see if I can get this going here. Screen. Okay, let's go over here. Screens. Okay, here we go. Okay, share screen. Here we go. All right. Let me get the get me that off. Okay. Somebody said it's really small. The video screen is pretty small. We'll see what happens. This was an older cartoon back 2025. Minnesota Alpha News, Minnesota fraud. It was back then too, and this is a few months ago, so it's starting to ramp up. He's really angry about all this, but now he's under investigation because he may have had a lot to do with this. So I'm not saying the inner workings of it, but he allowed it to slide by, and I wonder if anything's ended up in his back pocket out of all that. That's a lot of fraud. Billions of dollars. Wow. We'll go on to the next one. Of course, I believe her allegiance, of course, is mostly, if not all, to her country, Somalia, and her purpose for being here is to destroy this country. As are a lot of Islamic people, Muslims. They're not compatible with our Constitution, our way of life. They're just not. Everything they believe is almost the antithesis of that. Sharia law, although they're trying to get certain enclaves in Minnesota and Michigan to where they are allowed no-go zones and they can have their own Sharia law, that's just not possible. Although that's exactly what happened in London, that's what happened in Sweden, that's what happened in Germany. You have these enclaves and they're hurting from it. London Stan is about ready to, Britain is about ready to fall because of this, because of these globalist liberal mush brains that allowed this to happen. And how are they going to get them out? How are they going to change it? Islam doesn't work with Western civilization. And of course, there's another one. Everything he touches turns to chocolate. That's not chocolate. You can see the flies buzzing around. Brought back this guy. Looks like Old Man Winter is back with a vengeance. No, that's Al Gore coming out of retirement to pitch his new movie. Of course, this is back in 2016. So they're still pitching it. It's funny how they can't let go. Okay. The next one, we got Waltz again. Autism Center. That was one of the fraud things. They were getting people to sign up with their child to say that their kid had autism. Some of them didn't even have kids, I don't think, but they still signed up and they got a boatload of money. And a lot of that money went back to Somalia. And of course, you have Waltz here as Schultz. I know nothing. Here we go again, taxpayers. And this was back in 2024. So this isn't new. It's just being exposed now, more so than ever. And then, of course, one of my favorite cartoons, because this is it for the Democrats. This is them in a nutshell. Vote for us. We're for men and women's sports, open borders, more inflation, soft on crime, more abortions, taxes on tips and overtime, foreign wars, no free speech, trans surgery for children. Yeah, they're not even soft on crime. They're just allowing crime. Their judges are letting criminals out. Just a report every day where a judge let a vicious criminal out. He comes out and he kills somebody. I think judges should be held accountable. That's just a cartoonist perspective. Let's see what else we got here. Another Ilhan Omar, corruption. This is her new husband, I believe, who was involved in some of the corruption. Now, she was married, so-called married her brother so she could get him into the United States. Come to find out, that is fraud. If she can commit that kind of fraud and it's well known, what is she still doing in the country? That's what I'd like to know. Okay, we go to the next old cartoon. And one of my favorites, I got a lot of trouble down in Seattle that they ran this and they just raked me over the coals as racist, white supremacist, all the goodies, all the good names. And basically, this is exactly what they're doing. They're biting the hand that feeds them. And because they really, at their heart, hate America. They hate its founding and they want to destroy it. And if you say anything against them, anybody that's Islamic or anything like that, and if they're a person of color, you're a racist. You're an Islamophobe. See how they stand behind it? They can advocate for destroying the United States, but as long as they hide behind that, you're an Islamophobe, they're good to go. They get away with it. And it's getting close to Christmas time. And we got this little guy here. Maybe it's time we homeschool. A little kid doesn't like his presents, so he's getting ready to burn a flag. That does it for all the cartoons. I'm going to span one more time over the, we got Claudette in the house. I'm going to span one more time over all the comments in the chat. Thank you guys for showing up. And we just don't have enough videos to bring it about an hour. What time is it anyway? Oh, we're almost a half hour in. But I do have, wait a minute, I want to show. Okay, I want to show see if I can show some of these. See if I can show some of these videos here that I have of our. I'm not going to do that. I have to bring up a file. That's what I have to do. So let me try to bring up a video file. I'm going to bring up a video file, and it's coming up here, folks. Hang in there with me. I got to find the right folder. Where are we at here? We're in Rumble. New folder. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start playing some of these.
Come on, man. Pick up the phone. I know you're there. Wait, where is there? Where am I? Who am I?
At the tone, please record your message.
Hey, Corn Pop. It's me, Joe Biden. Anyway, I was calling to tell you about this new book thing. It's called Trump's Night Before Christmas. It's all about how I threw open the border and let in all those illegal voters. This is serious, man. If this book gets out, it'll be bad. We need to tell all the Latinx people that if they buy this book on Amazon, they ain't brown. Anyway, we finally beat Medicare. So we got to stop people from buying this book, man. This is real. This is serious, Jack. Anyway, call me back on the thing.
Okay, let me get out of here. Yeah, Trump's Night Before Christmas has a bunch of my cartoons in it. You can go over to Amazon, punch in Trump's Night Before Christmas, and it should pop up there. I have another video here that I want to show, and I'm not sure if we showed this last week, but let me see if I can pull it up here. We got time. We're okay. Video file. We're all right. Okay, let me see it's this one here.
Make Christmas Great Again. Signed, Donald J. Trump. My fellow Americans, I wanted to let you all know about this new fantastic book, Trump's Night Before Christmas. It will make a great Christmas present, the best Christmas present, really. I know more about gift giving than anybody, and this is sure to be a winner. The writing and cartoons are fantastic. There's never been cartoons like this, frankly. Oh, look, there's Pelosi. Man, I hate that bitch. Anyway, be sure to pick up your copy on Amazon and have the greatest Christmas ever.
Yeah, Mike Morris. Mike Morris did that. He put those together. I don't have much more for you. I'm going to share going to share the page that you can find this on. Let me see if I can hit that. See, share screen, share screen. See, it pops up a window there, and there we go. Okay. Let me see if I can get that bigger. It should be bigger. Oh, that's won't be that big. Let me see if I can get that bigger. Okay, there we go. There we go. A little bit better. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, just go to Amazon, put in Trump's Night Before Christmas, and place your order. They're $18.99. And it has a lot of my cartoons. I don't know how many pages in about. I don't want to say how many pages, but anyway, also my Branco Toon store has my latest calendar for 2026. So if a lot of people order my calendar every year, I just want to make sure that they're able to get it. We'll probably end it sometime in the middle of January. Also, I have this, if you like this coffee cup that I'm holding here, and it's also the painting that I have behind me that I did about 10, 15 years ago. Oh, no, 15 years ago. It's also a flag. So we also have the Trump Phoenix rising from the ashes. That comes in a t-shirt, comes in coffee mugs, and it comes in, we also have the Freedom shirt as a tribute to Charlie Kirk. I think half of all the profits go to Turning Point. And that's also in a t-shirt. Multiple chops. So check it out. Check it out. It should be good. Anyway, I'm going to put on my glasses here and go through some of the comments. Oh, let's see. We got. I haven't seen. Okay, there we go. There's South Carolina girls back in there. I don't. She wasn't able to get through. Darn it. Awesome tunes, South Carolina girl said. That fraud should be prohibited her from becoming a citizen. Absolutely. I think she's talking about Ilhan Omar. And he said she's waiting for a hair transplant. Yeah, Anna Vicky, good luck to her. Buy herself some wigs. Yeah. Yeah. The great comments, folks. Great comments. South Carolina put the Toon Store in Comically Incorrect and Intellectual Frog Legs. If you haven't been over to see Joe Dan's latest video, it's awesome. It's funny. It's hilarious, informative. You got to get over there and check it out. His latest video, and he's working on a new one. So make sure you see that one first. Sure miss you, Joe Dan. It's just not the same without you. And if I'd have known you're going to be sick, I wouldn't have done the show today. Dang it. So anyway, I'm going to come down there and make sure you're not faking it. No, he wouldn't fake. He likes doing this show. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you. Let me put up our banner real quick. Thanks for hanging in there with me and putting up with see, where's that banner at? Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. There we go. It was already up. Okay. If you want to check out Joe Dan's, go to Joe Dan, go to intellectualfroglegs.com. He has t-shirts. He has great t-shirts. I'm kind of jealous of his t-shirts. I've ordered a couple of them from there. You go to his social media. My social media account and my Twitter account is AF Branco, at AF Branco. Jodan is Jodan Media. And there's a text number. You can text to leave a message for Jodan. You got any ideas, or you want to talk to him, or just leave a message. Give him crap about not being on the show today. Anything you want. It's 615-521-3990. Well, that's all I have for you today, folks. Thanks for tuning in on the chat. We made it to over a half hour, which, without any videos or any of that kind of stuff. One more thing. Let's do one more thing since we have you here and it's haven't quite filled up the time. If you go over to comicallyincorrect.com, and I'm going to add probably another URL to that called brancotoons.com, and it'll sync up with this website. Jodan's been bugging me to do that. So if we go over here, you see I shut the today's show poster. I also have Jodan's video here. Let me see if I can post it up here. Jeez. Let me post it. You guys, I'm sitting here talking like you could see it. Share screen. Okay, here we go. Okay. Share. All right. Let's do this. I'm going to try to make this bigger so that it just takes up the whole thing. There we go. As much as possible. And then I'll scroll down here. But this is the main page at comicallyincorrect.com. And you can see we have the show poster up there. And if you scroll down, we have our latest videos, which we have last week's video, or 2 weeks ago video, the one before that. I also posted Jodan's video. So if you haven't seen it yet, go there. It goes to his site, I think, or to Rumble. I can't remember which one. But then it has all my cartoons here, everything. And if you can go way back in the archives, years. Also, if you hit cartoons and you see this here, if you want to get on the email list, just go over here to we're just down here, stay incorrect, and drop your email right down here. See, is it there? It's not showing up. That's weird. Anyway, no, that's weird. It's not showing up on the it's right here. Here it is. Right there. There. Stay incorrect. And you'll get my latest cartoon in your email box every time. I don't put them out every single day. I might do 2 days in a row. I might do 3 days in a row. But I try to be pretty regular. I'll miss a day or two here, but whenever I do a new cartoon, I try to get it out. Anyway, that does that. So anyway, thank you guys for being here. Prayers for Jodan that he recovers and is back in shape for next week. And appreciate all the comments. Anna Lusterberg, Kay Zenny, Cindy, so, of course, South Carolina girl. Sorry you couldn't make it on today. Nana Vicky, thank you. And then over on our other chat, we got Claudette, and we got Fancy, of course, and Darcy, and a few others. So thank you guys for chiming in and being a part of it. Hope you enjoyed the cartoons, and you can always check out my cartoons and Comically Incorrect or at AF Branco on Twitter or True Social. I'm gonna close it out now, folks, and we'll see you next Wednesday, unless I get sick or something happens. Anyway, it's been a pleasure, and we'll talk to you very soon. And I will see you next week.
Bye.